Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are still talking to Dorian.
Hey Dorian, it's been ages.
It's been so long. Let's
continue our chat. Tell me about yourself, my good friend, now that we've interrogated you about your homeland.
Yep.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond
also,
that,
your thoughts on the Chantry and blood magic and slavery.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
It's obvious to me.
Yes, I mean...
I feel like he would like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do like your strange outfit without that one sleeve.
Yeah, right, that shoulder. That
sure is a shoulder.
I like how you could say, if you say so, or...
I hadn't noticed.
Or don't push your luck.
I hadn't noticed. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Yeah, sure. It's obvious to me, buddy.
Do you think
you look great.
That?
Yeah, he likes being complimented.
Yeah,
he has like a pretty core... Solus likes being talked to.
Yeah.
Dorian likes being complimented.
Believe me.
Of course you are. You're a discerning and intelligent woman.
But likes dragons.
Well, thank you.
What was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
He still comes at it in such a pompous way.
I know.
But it almost feels like he's being like partially ironic too.
He's putting on airs a little bit.
Yeah.
But it also makes it a funnier story to tell, which I think he's also aiming for.
Exactly.
Your family's angry with you. That's enough for now. Why not go back?
That's not... I quit.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm out. Careful breeding.
You don't like Tevinter? Why not go back? Careful breeding?
Sure.
We'll go through. Yep.
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Okay.
Your family is angry with you?
Yes. That seems like the obvious follow-up.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see.
I wonder how often that happens. Like, people who get, who reject their status in Tevinter, get shunned, and, go into self-exile.
I imagine it depends on how many kids the family has, because only one probably is going to inherit the Magister's seat. It's like any, old royalty or nobility family.
Right.
You know, the oldest inherits, the middle rebels, and the youngest makes things work. I don't know. I imagine it's fairly common, sort of, but definitely not for the only child of a major powerful house.
Right.
That's where this becomes something different.
And I at least up until this point, you don't really hear of, Tevinter people heading south to, I don't know.
I guess, but in the previous games, we haven't
but...
really had a chance to know anybody that
That's
was in
true.
that position.
That's true.
We either were traveling all over the place in Origins, or I love Hawk, but Hawk was not really in a position to know people. I guess
Kirkwall wasn't really that place for
Yeah.
that. I mean, maybe some existed in Origins, but certainly none that we came across.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. This is obviously, as a player, our first time encountering it, but, I would imagine that in families that have multiple kids, this may be an occurrence that happens from time to time.
Okay. You don't like Tevinter?
Yeah.
Well, we know the answer to that, but we have to ask it.
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
But why do you care?
Yeah.
I guess.
It just seems... So much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Yes?
It's so fascinating hearing all of this and hearing, like, how much he cares and how much, like, he sees all this good in his country and there's, like, we have so many problems we need to correct and there are so many things, like, so much good that, like, my people could do and, like, so much I want to see come out of this country, but also slavery is happening, but we don't look at it. But it's so interesting. Yeah. Oh, Dorian. Why not go back?
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
You know it.
Yep. Is Tevinter like ancient Rome?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's most commonly compared to.
That's definitely the sense I get from it in how he describes, like, the Magisterium. Like, it feels a lot like
a little bit of ancient Rome, a little bit of
like
Muggle London, or like Magic London, a little bit of,
a little bit of Harry Potter.
Yeah, little touches from here and there.
Yeah.
But then with the added sort of flavor that, like, even some of what Dorian's saying doesn't quite line up with the timeline of Tevinter that we know, which means that, like, not only is there Tevinter's actions, but there's also sort of the propaganda that Tevinter has spread both within itself and externally about its own origins, because, like, Tevinter has a really interesting history. It's a very multifaceted history, and it doesn't start with killing Andraste. It goes back way farther than that. So, like, it's interesting.
But it's got these various images it needs to uphold, and these reputations, and...
Yeah. And to Dorian, it seems like those very reputations are part of what are strangling it. So it's interesting, and it's sort of, yeah, I mean, as we've said, it's fascinating to hear more. That's all for now.
Yeah. I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
Have you seen Alexius, my dude?
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
That's really interesting for him to say that, because that means that Alexius really fell hard, like fell far and hard.
Oh, like to a vaguely unredeemable point.
Right.
But on the other hand, you know, his son is dying and is going back to Tevinter, and I imagine that Dorian just, you know, the Randy Dowager Dowager Quarterly. Yeah,
yeah, it's really fast, like
This is another, we've already read some of the Randy Dowager stuff, but this one's short. So, the Randy Dowager welcomes the cool of autumn with the fall of another, the collected dreams of desire being the confessions of an apprentice in training, more furrowing than harrowing, forbidden dalliances at their most spirited, the Randy Dowager exhibition for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says enchanting, one supports the circles, if only because closed doors offer the imagination more. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. Randy Dowager.
Thanks, Randy Dowager.
Thanks! I love your reviews.
Oh my god, I love that those exist.
Freaking amazing. Okay, so next up we have Josephine.
Josephine, or do you want to talk to Sarah in here?
I guess it's Sarah, since you decided to run this way.
Sorry, I'll go up to Josephine, just so I know that we hadn't... Have we not talked to her in a while? Did we get a scene with her? I don't know, I don't remember.
We talked with her before.
Oh, really?
So many robes. I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. Just be the other side of Haven, just in case.
They're here to help us. They're what we need, and you don't like mages?
You don't like mages?
Sure, that one.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. You're fine, right? My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
You don't fit in the Inquisition.
Oh my god, you can kick her out right now.
I hate how her kick out option is always on the front page. It just seems way too like easy to hit.
Like way too accidental, but also like
yeah.
I guess the game is aware like
I don't know. It just gives
you don't like her?
I feel like it's accidental. It feels like it accidentally is setting a strange tone with Sarah that I don't think is earned, but
yeah.
I always feel bad that it's right there.
Do you want to talk with her about any of this? About her background, about her friends, about
talk about
any of this?
No, none of those, but we can talk about her background.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Tell me about yourself.
What about me?
Where are you from?
Sure. Where are you from?
Where are you
How
from?
about the basics? Where are you from?
Ferelden.
I got that from the accent. Where in Ferelden?
All over? Okay, fine. Denerim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
She may have been from the orphanage in Denerim that we failed to save because it glitched out too much.
Oh, no!
And we couldn't actually help it.
We got through like part of it, right?
Yeah, but
and
we
then
didn't
had
like
to...
exercise it because that dude was a ghost.
Yeah, we had to bail. Oh, that would be
Terrible. Or not a ghost. I think he died, but we never got to see him die because it didn't work.
Yeah, the game fell apart there.
It did. You're from glitchy Denerim, Sarah. It's a hellhole for a lot of different reasons, but mostly from a programming perspective.
Yeah, you seem fine so far.
Yeah.
Except for the part where we can, like, ask you to leave.
That being said, if you clip through that wall over there, I'd be like, I knew it!
It's our fault.
I knew it! It's not you, Sarah, it's us.
It carried over from Dragon Age Keep.
Oh. That's the legacy. The legacy is, was Denerim glitchy or not? So will affect Sarah in the future.
No ties worth mentioning? I can make evasive jokes too, and don't keep secrets.
I can make evasive jokes too.
I like that one. Let's do it.
Oh, you're from wherever. I'm from North wherever.
It's a bad joke.
North wherever. Oh, we had fun on street and or in local tavern.
Jesus Christ. Oh god, Oxer.
All funny, you. It's complicated. I don't like complicated. Let's leave it at that. Maybe.
Okay.
That's fine. That was quite a response from Oxford.
It said a lot about her character. Not good things, but it said a lot.
That was very sassy. Who trained you?
You're
Yeah.
skilled. Who taught you how to use a bow?
No one.
That seems unlikely.
What? I picked
self-taught.
up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
I guess, but she's like competent with a bow to a level where she can hold her own in a 4-person group out in any situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely can be self-taught, but that says a lot.
Right. Right. Try to get that singer out of my ear.
She's not going to
Yeah.
leave. I'm waiting for her to start singing her like seductive songs about Sarah. Those are my favorite. Have you heard those?
No!
She has a whole slew about how like great she finds Sarah. It's amazing, actually.
That's actually incredible.
It's really funny.
Oh wow, yeah. I wouldn't want to like. if I had known that, like, and I was trying to pursue Sarah, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to get in the middle of this.
I don't know if Sarah's into it. Like, she plays in the bar that Sarah, like, drinks in. Can you imagine how awkward
Actually,
that would
could be really awkward.
Yeah, like that. Like, stop it.
When the musicians start singing songs about you, or like singing them at you, and it's like just looking at you, like,
and you're like, God damn it,
oh,
there's
God.
no other bars.
This is it. This is
I
all
have
I
to
have.
go like into the hinterlands to find the nearest bar. Stop it. This is my place.
Oh my God.
All
right, never mind. I take it back. I kind of want to say this only when I'm boasting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly. Not a day's effort for the naturally gifted like us.
Well, it's not like that. It takes work. A bit. Not like Cullen and his pets. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Well, it's not like that for other elves, I know that.
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy in shite company. Fact still is, no teacher. Where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
Okay. Cool.
I'm not saying that.
Yep, Sarah, this has been a great conversation.
Bye.
If you say so.
Yeah, she
We did
was
ask her
like,
about her friends,
Oh.
about the Red Ginny. I mean, we can learn that later, or we can narrow in now.
Actually, I went to
Chasing
narrow
the
Yeah.
Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
God damn it again. Tell me about your friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
So did she...
Sorry, Penny's dreaming, and I'm trying to stop. She started chasing rabbits. And then, hey, sweetheart, I'm sorry to wake you, but you can't.
At least she's having nice dreams. So did she start the Red Jenny?
No, I don't think so.
No. Well, actually, I want to ask this: was there ever a Red Jenny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair.
They're anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
Slash,
accurate.
if Robin Hood were multiple people.
It was like a big old crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, no, I don't think she started them. I think she'd know whether or not there was a Jenny if she started them.
Yeah.
But she's clearly involved.
Do you share the blame too? That seems too casual. Someone must be in charge. They're all weird.
Yeah.
They're all weird. Do you share the blame too? No.
Sure.
Yeah, what the hell?
Doesn't this mean people think you're guilty of more than you actually do?
Suppose. Does it matter?
Shouldn't it?
Important people kill over imagined insults. I've made more than enough real ones, so no. I don't suppose it does.
Okay.
Alright. I expected people from you. What is your... Oh. like-
Spies. Like, when
yeah.
you joined God, I know we don't have Wi-Fi, buddy! Let it go! Find something else to tell me about
God damn it.
PS4. I expected people from you, and she's gonna be like, yeah, you got them.
Yeah, I don't
They're just
wanna-
not here.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna say that,
so,
'cause
what
we
does your
know
group do?
They show up on the fucking war table anyway. Like,
Yeah.
literally not. What does your group do?
Are you just about pranks and revenge, or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt Sprained. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall, so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
Pretend that's moral, good to know. So you're also good to know.
Yeah,
Just, come on.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserved.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
Okay, thank you,
good.
Sarah. That was very good.
All right.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, isn't it?
She's hit or miss, but when she's hit, it's great. That was good, Sarah.
She's really
Thank
funny
you.
because, like, probably...
She's singing! It will go on for a while.
God.
Freaking the Sarah song. Thank you, Bard, for having my back here.
Yeah, I love how, like, maybe she heard Sarah mention Bard, and
Yeah,
she's like,
let
"It's
me
time."
sing. It's my moment. I don't think this lady has songs about the rest of the cast. I imagine this is one of those things that, like, she was supposed to have songs about everybody, and you'd walk by and being like, oh, this is the Bull song. Oh, this is the Blackwall song. But
They just have Sarah? That is so funny. Oh my god, they even say her name.
I know!
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't vague. This isn't me being like, oh yeah, well, it's, you know, if you put together her mention of a bow and also her arrows, it has to be about Sarah. One must conclude. No, she's like, Sarah's pretty hot, and she's got arrows.
She lives in a tavern and slays dragons.
Yeah, and you're like, great. Thank you.
And Sarah's just there.
Like,
Oh my
yes.
god. Oh, that's so funny.
Now, okay, we've already dragged how, like, if you're not into it, what a terrible situation is. But on the other hand, if you're into it, what a gig.
Ooh, yeah. Just to hang out there and have, like...
And to have somebody sing your praises all day, every
to
day.
have, like,
be
a hot chick sing about you all the time, like, you'd be like, oh, yeah, like, fuck yes.
Oh, hey, no, you just
she's right
walked
there.
by. Hi, Josephine.
Hello.
Your business.
I can't
Well,
talk to her.
Lyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you,
Oh, yeah, wait a
Ambassador.
sec.
Oh.
The Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our arrangement.
The Inquisition must certainly seem an audacious idea to the Grand Clerics. We hope to convince them it is a necessary one as well.
Okay.
Huh.
Lyrium smuggler.
That was...
Or trader.
Yeah, I like...
Just general trader.
Well, is this a... Yeah, it looks like a dwarven woman.
Yeah.
Carta trader?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Actually, that'd be cool. I liked how you can walk into that. And
Yeah.
Just, like, hear that happening. Josephine?
Hey, Josephine.
Want to chat?
I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who is she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages.
Not a smuggler.
Okay.
Or
According
Carta,
to Lady
sounds like.
Corpin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
How?
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than I anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power instead of comforting the masses.
It's been this way for years. The Chantry's incompetent, and they needed more. It's needed more than ever. I mean, I kind of feel it's needed more than ever. Not because I, like, am super pro Chantry, but now's the time for the Chantry to be there for the people.
Yeah.
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 Attacking them while they're down doesn't, like, they just have a job to do and they're not doing it.
Exactly.
So it's needed more than ever.
Yeah.
The Chantry should be a place of hope, not another group scrambling for answers.
That's a good point.
That must be its strength again. The Chants did much to bridge nations. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevarra, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andrasti's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
I can see the importance. You make it sound easy and the start of many fights. Yeah.
I don't know. I can see the importance.
Yeah.
It feels like the really, like, bland answer to this, but it feels like the right answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of feel the way you do. It's an answer, and I'm not feeling the other two. So.
Yeah.
I suppose a shared faith can be useful when talking with strangers.
Yes, we are.
Precisely. And these similar interests are merely where we begin. We must learn to think beyond our own wants to secure peace in Thedas.
You sound too good to be true. Look at that! Look at that look! Damn,
Oh,
Oxer.
dang. Well, okay, so we're really we've set ourselves up between Josephine and Cullen, I think.
We've never talked with Josephine.
Have we not? Is this our first time
this is
talking
our like
ever?
we did the initial meet and greet with her, but we've not actually talked with her.
Oh, I thought we had.
No, that's why I think I don't know if it was on mic or not, but I'm like, we have a lot of gall saying we're pursuing Josephine whilst not talking to her at all.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
That's why I kept on being like, we need to go talk with her.
Well then,
we have never flirted with Josephine. Flirt with her.
Now is the time.
How did someone so lovely and selfless...
What is your neck doing, girl? That was weird.
No, you look like a brontosaurus.
Really, you give me too much credit.
Aw.
While you're here, I do have a question. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach.
Oh.
If it were up to you, how would you reply?
DK?
So we did talk with her once before, but it was only about the Marquis who wanted to reclaim Haven.
That's right. Yeah. I don't claim to be holy. How will you... Wait, what?
How will you respond?
how will
Like,
you-
because all she's asking is how we would respond.
Oh.
Not how she's going to.
This is like
Yeah.
to question her further. That's private. I don't know that Andraste shows me. This is a good shot. I'm sorry. This is a good shot of Oxa right now. She looks good.
No more Brontosaurus neck.
Yeah, I don't know what... She's breaking a little bit there.
I'm between I don't claim to be holy and I don't know.
I was inclined to say I don't claim to be holy because, again, we're
We
Dalish.
don't. Yeah, we super
This
don't.
is not our religion at all.
Yeah.
So
I was interpreting I don't know as I don't know how to respond as opposed to I don't know whether I'm holy, but I think the other is more clear. I don't claim to be holy.
Yeah.
Period. That's how I respond.
I want to say that.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Curious what she
I'd
thinks.
tell the Chantry I was saved by circumstance, not divine intervention.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
No, don't leave. We want to talk to you more. Oh, she's over there.
She's writing her response.
Cool.
Let's go interrupt her.
Oh, I like her like pelt here.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy
It's
looking.
something. It looks like a wolf, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't get that from where she comes from. Let's see. Josephine, let's go.
Greetings.
Anything to report? Oh, interesting.
Investigate. How did you meet Liliana? Tell me about yourself. What are your duties and what brought you here? What brought you here?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Who are
Tell me how
you?
you came to work for the Inquisition again.
I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Liliana recruited me. There's such unrest in Thedas, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict from spreading further.
Is Order why you signed on?
So was it the prospect of stability that drew you here?
The full impact of the Mage Rebellion has yet to be felt, and that was before the death of the Divine. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
Okay. It isn't our fight. I absolutely agree, and perhaps it's necessary.
Does that mean perhaps fighting is necessary?
Yeah. I mean, it can be said that the Mage Rebellion has thus far been an accomplishment for the mages. I mean, as opposed to being confined to circles, they are now allied with the Inquisition. I mean, there's a certain argument to be made.
That's true.
That doesn't mean that's in the long run it's going to benefit them.
Right.
And also a ton of mages have died, and also Templars are so, like, they're, you know.
And I don't know if it isn't our fight is the right option, right
No,
response
I'm not
either.
into that.
Like,
Basically, this feels like a choice between violence isn't the answer,
like this one.
yeah, versus sometimes violence is necessary. That's at least how I'm, because it paused on violence as the last one. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war. I feel like that's what we have to be responding to.
It sounds like you want to go with this.
I mean,
But
in Dragon Age, literally your primary way of interacting with things is killing things. So, like,
Right.
any sort of, I don't know,
way to acknowledge that.
well, no, it's like, you have to take that into consideration when you're doing characterization.
Right.
You can't be, violence is never the answer. Now I'm gonna go kill 20 mages to farm cloth.
Right.
I just, like, I don't know. If this were a different game, I might have a different answer, but in this case...
You want to reconcile between, like, the game aspect and the story
Exactly.
aspect.
So, perhaps it's necessary.
Yeah, let's see what she thinks.
Bringing the Mage-Templar conflict to a head could be the only way to resolve it.
Surely we can find a solution that doesn't leave all of Thedas in ruins.
Alright, I mean... Yeah, fair. How did you meet
I
Liliana?
realize I'm not taking that track with Liliana, but that's specifically because I have feelings about Liliana's sort of turn towards the dark side, and making her remember that violence doesn't have to be the only option.
That's true.
It's one of those. It's like...
Yeah. Because, yeah, that's true. We don't want to be hypocritical either.
Yeah.
But
Both also,
in
like
game to story-wise and in how we interact with other characters.
Yeah, and I think the track I'm taking personally is, like, sometimes fighting is the only way to progress this story, but on the other hand, so is negotiation, like, an option, or you know, keeping in mind alternative approaches to problems, like getting information out of traders, or you know, basically Liliana's direction was, if there's a problem, kill it. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be like, oh, maybe not, Liliana.
Right. And it seems like Josephine is like, let's be as diplomatic as possible.
Yeah, violence is never the answer. And I'm like, well, I mean,
sometimes
there's a reason we have a spy master.
Yeah, sometimes people are gonna fight. Sometimes, like, a revolution needs to happen in order for change to occur.
Yeah.
And then you can come in and talk.
And that's why we don't only have a diplomat, we also have a spy master and a head of the army. Because, like, the whole point of the war table is showing that there's different ways to solve problems.
Exactly.
And you need all three.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's
they
why...
need to work in, like, a cyclical fashion together.
Yep.
You cool if I ask this? How did you meet Liliana?
Yeah, go for it.
How do you and Liliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles in Orlais. I believe we actually met in Val Royaux. Liliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
What's the game?
What's the game?
What exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais. It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
You want to ask, like, tell me about
I
yourself?
love how every major country in Thedas is, like, this manipulative, strange, like, weird power void. Like, we just finished learning about Tevinter, and it's, like, it's different classes and levels and the weird hierarchy and the, like, the purebloods versus the not. And then we have the game in Orlais, which is, like, an agreed-upon term for the backstabbing politics of it. Like, it's just so funny about how all these different countries approach. You have the crows in Antiva, and, like, I don't know, there's just, it's so funny.
And then there's, like, the circles and the chantry in Ferelden.
Well, or just even the freaking, God, what's it called? The Landsmeet.
Yeah.
The Bizarro Landsmeet. Where, like, who only know everything goes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So interesting. And then you have the Canary. You have, like their whole system,
I guess. They're almost the opposite, I feel, of Tevinter and Orlais and all of them.
They're, like... They have a lot of order to their system.
Almost nothing but order to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry,
But that's like a total 180, but sort of like in the opposite extreme.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
It sure is something.
This world.
Tell
me about yourself, Josephine.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's up, Josie?
Okay. For some reason it bonked me out of that
instead
of going right here.
That's weird.
What does your family do? Tell me about your work.
Tell me about your work, Josie.
Yeah. That one.
What did you do before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador to Orlais.
Wow.
I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montillier,
Wow.
though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
Okay. Are you doing this for Antiva?
How strong are your past loyalties?
I would never have given up my position if I did not intend to fully commit to the Inquisition. We cannot fall back on borders, Antiva is as threatened as any country by the rebellions. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
Fair enough.
Will we have other causes?
Do you think the Inquisition will continue after we seal the breach?
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us for other things. Protection, counsel, justice. The Inquisition offered these once to those in need.
Okay.
That's fair point.
Do you want to continue talking with Josie later? Because I'm starting to feel a bit, like, antsy. I kind of really want to jump into the next major story.
That's fair, and it feels like this is just, like, little stuff we can chat with her about later.
Yeah. I definitely want to check back in on her, you know,
Another
soon.
time.
But I'm really feeling like it's time to get to the next
Dude, yeah, that
story
sounds
mission.
great. I mean, that only involves going... What is that? What do we do next? Just meet in the war room?
Yeah, we have enough power. We have everything we need. It's time to
Shit.
launch In Your Heart Shall Burn, I think.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All
yeah,
right,
might as
then.
well. Let's do it. Also, I love where I'm standing right now. This looks amazing. Like,
Yeah.
This shot, like, I'm in the little, like, in the sun here. Anyway.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
All right,
There I
so
am.
see you folks next time, and we will launch into the next major mission.
Sounds good. Bye, guys.
Bye!